Video we are watching is from Degenerosity, man. We got another Degenerosity video, our favorites. Crazy, interesting guy. Uh, favorite YouTuber, you know? My job experience. So, that is the title of the video. I don't know what that means. Coming from someone who has a couple jobs himself, and I stream as well. So, I'm not a streamer that doesn't have a job. I actually do have a job and shit. I do work.
Oh no.
I do all that fun stuff. Jobs can be fun, but they can also suck really bad, bro. There's no, like no in between. You didn't have to say it like that. I actually have a job. I do though. Okay. Okay. You know what I meant, bro. What I do, I didn't know how to say it. Sometimes I'm just blunt, okay? Like I have a job, bro. Like I have multiple jobs actually. I gotta make the bread. I gotta pay rent somehow. I don't make money off of this. I don't make money here. I just wonder what we're gonna get into with this video. It's not a long one, but we'll see where we go with this, right? Let's see where we
Today,
go.
I'll be talking about one of humanity's biggest fears.
Yeah.
A job!
Yeah.
This is a horrifying path that almost everybody will have to eventually face in their life, whether we like it or not. And most of the time, we don't. But everyone has to get their bread somehow. So we just gotta suck it up and pray that we win the lottery or our parlay hits one day. Because
That is true.
For real, nobody want a job. Like, unless you got real.
That is true. I ain't gonna lie. I started getting into the sports betting. Hey man, I'm trying, bro. I'm trying,
So we just gotta suck it up and pray that
I'm trying.
Or
Oh, no.
parlay hits one day, because let's be for real, nobody want a job. Like, unless you got real aspirations for a certain type of work. I think most of us, if given a magical opportunity to get paid however much you get paid now and not work that job again, we would take it. Because most of us see jobs as a way to get by in life and try to make ends meet. There's no room for you to pursue passions in this economy. You better second guess that art degree and major in business so you can be an executive.
Stop calling me out. Holy shit. God damn, relax. Now you gotta relax. Okay, relax. Hey, DJ, relax, okay?
Oh no.
All right, hey, relax. Relax. You don't gotta do all that, okay? Stop calling me out. Don't do that.
See jobs as a way to get by in life and try to make ends meet.
Don't do that.
There's no room for you to pursue passions in this economy. You better second guess that art degree and major in business so you can be an executive marketing promoter for $1 billion company.
Don't do that.
But I digress.
Stop.
I'm
Relax.
just saying,
Relax.
I doubt that it's most people's passions to work at a 9 to 5 at a warehouse lifting boxes. I don't mean any disrespect, but am I wrong? Plus, it's fun being unemployed. As long as you got a roof over your head and don't need to worry about bills, most likely because you still live with your parents, then why would you want a job? That sounds like it's taking away your time from being grandmaster.
He's kind of spitting.
And watching reels. Nah, that's too much.
He's kind of spitting. I'm telling y'all, if y'all can do, hey, just stay where y'all at sometimes, man. Listen, living on your own is tough. I'll tell y'all that right now. It's not the funnest thing ever, bro. It's not fun when you gotta pay bills. That's the ass part, especially the expensive bills in today's economy. Hey, sometimes y'all gotta just chill, bro. Don't grow up too fast. I know some of y'all want to move out and shit. Relax, okay?
Plus, it's fun being unemployed. As long as you got a roof over your head and don't need to worry about bills, most likely because you still live with your parents, then why would you want a job? That sounds like it's taking away your time from being grandmaster on Rivals and watching reels. Nah, that's too much. But eventually, you want to get your own stuff. Young boy tickets ain't free. Or life really hits you in the face and now you actually have bills. So eventually, we all have to get a job. However, you know what's harder than actually deciding to get a job? Finding one that hires you. I swear, you could send 100 applications to 100 different places and all of them would still ghost you. You think with
bro, oh my god. I think that's probably the worst thing when it comes to the job thing. It's finding the damn job, bro. I swear I have struggled to find jobs way more than I have gotten the job itself. Bro, I have applied to so many jobs when I was job hunting last year that never called me back, never did anything, and I just took the first job I could get, bro. Like, it gets so bad out here, bro. That ass gets so bad. It's so bad out in the streets. It really is. It really is. But the one thing I'll say, like the one advice I'll give people when it comes to job hunting, apply, and when you get a job, still apply if you want a better job. Do not stop. At some point, someone will call you back. And at some point, they might call you by looking at their old resumes and stuff, looking at old applications, and they might call you back too. It's just good to get it out there. Don't get too down in the mood. Don't get too devastated by not getting called back by anybody, bro. Just keep doing it. Just keep going until you get something. And even if you don't like that something that you get, work there temporarily, bro. Okay? You need experience regardless. A lot of jobs require that, so you just gotta just do something at some point, you know? I always say that. That's my best advice when it comes to getting a job. Just keep doing it. Just keep going until you get one.
However, you know what's
keep applying.
Keep applying. Deciding to get a job, finding one that hires you. I swear, you
but
can
that shit
send
is
100
ass.
applications to 100 different places, and all of them would still ghost you. You think with how many job openings you see, the businesses are desperate to find people?
That is true.
But nah, it feels like they're posting it as bait, just to mess with people or steal your info. Not only that, if this is your first job, you're gonna have a harder time, because even the quote-unquote entry-level jobs are asking for a qualification of having prior experience.
That shit.
Isn't that what this job is for?
That
How
shit.
is someone supposed to get experience and not be homeless while almost every decent paying job requires that? And trying to apply for a job on LinkedIn or Indeed is like sending your application into a void.
Don't even use those apps, bro. Don't even use those shit.
You can have the most stacked profile on LinkedIn. You got bachelor's, master's, discovered the
I got a bachelor's.
Then
doesn't
you
fucking
send in
matter.
An application for your dream job to your dream company. Then they write back to you saying, "We've read your application. Unfortunately, the CEO's daughter has took your position that you applied for, so get the fuck on." Back when I was still applying for jobs, I literally gave up on sending applications on those sites because I never get a response back. Like, damn, was my application that bad? Even when your application does get noticed and you get set up for an interview, you still gotta go through some more bullshit.
Yep.
Why did you choose our business? Y'all hiring. Like, what's up? What is your main motivation to get your work done? Money? What else am I here for?
Like dead ass. I hate interviews, bro. That's like my least favorite part, especially when I get interviewed and I don't get the call back after the interview. That shit is the most devastating. That's worse. I'd rather not get called back than get an interview and then not get called back after the interview. I'd much rather just not get called in general. Just don't call me back. Just don't even do it. I hate that, bro. I had that happen to me. I think it was last year. I got an interview, went to the interview. I thought I did good, didn't get called back, bro. This shit's ass. That shit's the worst feeling ever. Cause you think you might have the job, bro. You think you have, and you're already preparing yourself to like, you know, to work, go in the next day, and like, oh, I'm about to go and clock in and actually work here for a nope, don't even call you back. Nope, it's been weeks. Have a call back. Nothing, silence. You email them, still nothing. Silence. Yeah, it's just ass. It's just ass. I'm not even gonna drag it. It's just ass.
Set up for an interview, you still gotta go through some more bullshit ass questions. Why did you choose our business? Y'all hiring. Like, what's up? What is your main motivation to get your work done? Money? What else am I here for? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Here?
Hopefully not here. That's just me being honest with my
or that.
What do you want me to do? Work here for the rest of my life? This is a Wendy's. So you gotta lie with any question they ask. You have to make yourself look as good as possible. So you gotta fake it till you make it. Even if they asked you a stupid question like, would you still work this job even if there was no pay? You say absolutely.
The fuck?
I always wanted to be a slave. Congratulations. You have successfully become employed. The end of your life starts Tuesday. After starting a job, I feel after the first week,
I hate that. They be dead with that shit, bro.
And it won't be the job itself to motivate this decision. It's your boss and coworkers.
Jiggle my balls.
They can make or break this whole thing. If you happen to get a chill boss and coworkers you can vibe with, that's amazing. That's how my last real job was. I used to be.
I'm about to say that's my job right now. I actually have pretty cool coworkers and I have a good boss. So I was able to keep this job for at least a year now. I like it. It's a good job. It's just the pay's not paying right now, but it's a good job for what it is. You know what I mean? It gets the bills paid. And everybody's nice. I've had jobs where everyone was not nice. So I agree with that. That's probably the most important thing when it comes to keeping a job. It's just, are the people good? Do you like your coworkers? Try to keep it at that point. I ain't gonna lie.
After starting a job, I feel after the first week,
unless the pay is that good, you know,
like it or quit it the next month. And it won't be the job itself to motivate this decision. It's your boss and coworkers.
Jiggle my balls.
They can make or break this whole thing. If you happen to get a chill boss and coworkers you can vibe with, that's amazing. That's how my last real job was. I used to be a waiter for weddings and other events. That job low-key had me stressing because I wasn't good at the start. I was awkward taking orders. I would mess up orders. And one time I even dropped a whole tray of food I was carrying at the wedding. Best believe I didn't get tips that day. And what would get me kind of jealous is that some of my coworkers would walk out and carry 2 trays full of food on one shoulder. Like, damn, bro, are you Samoan? Those trays are mad heavy and so out of balance. But you know what kept me going? It was the fun time I had with my
some of those waiters be
boss.
kind of different. I ain't gonna cut.
We had a carpool to get to the events. It was always a vibe and a good time. They made my experience. Imagine working a 16-hour shift and walking out of it happy. One day I clocked in for a double shift for a wedding and a Sweet 16 at 9:30 a.m. and clocking out at 1:30 a.m. Granted, I was dead after that shift and had to take off my shoes more than once, but I got $60 worth of tips and went to Wawa after work, so I felt like Gucci. And I believe I only felt like this because the environment I was around was nice. Sometimes. I've had to serve some aggressive people at some points.
Yeah, it's my birthday today. What can I get out here for free? You a bitch.
If I had trash co-workers or a trash boss, I would have not stayed at that job for long. I have zero patience for bullshit. Literally. Like example, the first job I've ever had in my senior year of high school, I was a janitor at a warehouse. I had no co-workers, so I had nobody to talk to, and my boss was not a bad person, but a bad boss. I'd be working shifts that were 2 to 3 hours every few days, cleaning the break rooms, hallways, and bathrooms. So my pay wasn't even that good, but since I was still in school, I was just thinking, I'm making money and I got more time to study and goon. That sounds like a win-win. But when payday arrived, I would only be paid for half the hours I worked, sometimes less. I was already barely working as is, combined with a salary of $13 an hour, cleaning up pee-pee and poo-poo.
Yeah, hell no.
Plus, he only paid me through Cash App. You've ever had a job that only paid you through Cash App? Man,
okay. Yeah, no, that's shady. That's some under the table shit. Yeah, that's too shady. I get getting jobs like that in like school and high school and shit because sometimes you just need the money. But like, bro, under the table jobs can be a little bit shaky because of that. Like that man's not even paying you wage, bro. That man's not even paying you consistent wage or consistent hours, nothing.
Or half the
he paying him like Mr. Krabs, SpongeBob, and freaking Squidward. Like that dead ass?
I would only be paid for half the hours I worked, sometimes less. I was already barely working as is, combined with a salary of $13 an hour, cleaning up pee-pee and poo-poo.
Hell no.
I'm not taking it. Plus, he only paid me through Cash App. You've ever had a job that only paid you through Cash App? Man, I had to go. I only worked there for a few weeks. He did pay me the rest of the money after, so he cool, but man, warehouse jobs are not it. My patience dwindled faster when I got accepted at BJ's, and I worked there for 1 day. I asked to go to the bathroom and left during orientation. I discovered they weren't what they advertised. How you gonna call yourselves BJ's without expecting people to have certain expectations?
Brother, stop.
That wasn't really the reason. I just didn't want to work in the freezer.
Okay.
That's when I started my
I feel that. Oh my God.
And now here I am.
Oh my God. He's reminding me of the job I used to have when I used to work at a deli. And man, I hated that shit. They used to always send me in the freezer, bro. I hated it, bro. I hate being cold. Bro, first of all, I'm black. Like I don't like that shit. Like I don't like that shit, bro. Like that's just not a good combination. It's not a good combo. It's not a good combo for me, right? It's just not. It's just not a good combination. And I just didn't like messing with the food like that. I didn't like cutting the meat all the time, bro. They made me do all the annoying shit, bro. I had to get the chickens. I had to put them on skewers. I'm like, I don't want to do it no more, bro. You know? Yeah. I just had, at some point I was done. I was just done.
Unemployed sense. I'm just saying I can understand the struggles of looking for and having a job. Man. Especially the ones you only take to make ends meet. And the unemployed life can be really fun when you have stuff to fall back on.
That's
if
true.
not, it will only be short-term satisfaction. Eventually, you have to get a career, deal with any of the shortcomings of it, and do that for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
The American dream.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for a job, make sure to get one that you like if you have the privilege to do so. That's all I really wanted to say.
Damn.
In conclusion, enjoy unemployment while you still can.
That's
Different strokes.
That's true.
For different folks. And
How many jobs denied you this week? Hey, how many jobs I denied you this week? You know, not so far, none. I haven't really been applying. I already got my jobs. I'm chilling for now, but you know, we'll see if that changes in the future. But yeah, man, jobs are um, right. I don't know, man. Like I said, find a job that is good for you. If it pays really well, is the pay worth the torture? You know, that you just gotta balance that if it is. And if you enjoy your job, sometimes the grass is not greener on the other side. I've had a lot of coworkers that came back to the job that I worked at because they went to another job and it was not better at all. Even if the pay was slightly better, it was just not a good job to stay at. And the people are worse. The coworkers are worse, and the bosses are worse. You know, it just depends on where you go, man. Sometimes the better situation you have is just being with better people. It makes the job way more worth it. I will say that. I'll say that. But yeah, that was good. That was